Welcome back, everybody. Now today, what we're going to be doing is we are going to be doing the unupgraded 3-star challenge with Purgatory. But I suggest stopping right now. This is only the unupgraded 3-star challenge, and this shows nothing what her full potential is. I suggest going to the Winter Soldier solo with the unupgraded 3-star version. The link is in the description, and it is the pinned comment. But if you do want to watch the unupgraded 3-star display, be my guest. But I explain it much better in the other video, and it's much better gameplay. Alright, now Purgatory is a brand new champion to Marvel Contest of Champions. She is another Kabam original, along with Aegon, Guillotine 2099, Guillotine, Venom the Duck, etc. Okay, but you want to be aggressive to start out with. If you look at where the buffs are displayed, you can see an orange buff. That is called Bloodthirst. And once you reach 100 stacks, your damage goes up by a very nice amount, about double. So it's nice to have. The less aggressive you are, the more it will go down, and you can get it by getting beaten up, blocking, or the best way, attacking yourself. Or attacking your opponent. That's what I meant. Alright, but another thing about when you have Bloodthirst, when you use the second medium, you do spend half a bar of power, and you do give it, but you do put in Incinerate on the opponent. And it's not a terrible Incinerate. It's pretty good to have, but there's a reason of why this is such a benefit. That I will explain in the next fight. So I'm going to explain just a tiny bit about Purgatory. She is a Kabam original champion. She's kind of a combination of Guillotine and Morningstar. And, okay, so here's the next fight. Here I'm just checking something. Alright. So as you can see, the more aggressive I am, the more passive, power gain stacks I am getting, which is very nice. She has, I think it's 60% less power gain than everybody else, but instead she has those stacks. And it's nice power gain. I think it's just as nice. Alright, but the reason you go for the SP3 to start out with is because it then gives you a nice power gain buff. It is not passive like when you hit into them, but it gives you 3 bars of power over the course of 35 seconds. And I know that seems really small, but if you are aggressive, it can actually really help out. But yeah, we go for another SP3 here, and these are really short, so it's a little bit annoying. But the main thing that you're supposed to do is every single time that you reach a bar of power, you can see there was 8 stacks of something, but it just turned to a mutant sign. If you look at the buffs. And if you have all 9 of those, and if you have all of that stuff, and you have everything perfect, then you can have a ginormous SP3. Yeah, and that is the reason of power drain. So if you just pass the SP2 and then you use the second medium, then it goes back down to an SP1. You pass the SP2 again, and it's just very helpful. And you can see me utilize it a whole lot in the other video. Remember, it's in the description, the link, and it is the pinned comment. Alright, but now we move on to the Thor matchup. We have reached Dynamic Rampage. That's what it's called when Bloodthirst hits 100 100 stacks. But yeah, so we get out of the way of that SP2 and we throw off our SP3. But yeah, this is very much not her top potential. And I really want you guys to go watch the other video. I think she might actually be top tier worthy. We only have one mystic in there right now, which is Doom. Clairvoyant, it's arguable, but since we have 10 tiers on our tier list, yeah, I just haven't put her there. Okay, but yeah, I don't think it's that big of a deal to always have the Bloodthirst at 100. I mean, it helps out when you're just the base attack, but overall, I don't think it helps that extreme of like that much. But anyway, we get out of the way of that SP2, and another really nice mechanic she has is regeneration into the block. So if you're facing really big health pools, it can really help. I think you regenerate 60% of the damage, which is a very nice amount, and that is no awakened ability needed at all for Blade. I'm pretty sure it is the awakened ability. But yeah, Purgatory, it's just built into her. But yeah, I think this champion is a little bit underrated. I feel like people should be making a bigger deal about her than they are. Yeah. Okay, but now we have a Deadpool matchup. And yeah, the reason I do these unupgraded 3-star challenges is because these are like pretty hard matchups for unupgraded 3 stars, but because these are older champions and they didn't really know how to make them insane defenders or anything, the matchups are easy. Just the health pools and stuff are not natural for unupgraded 3 stars, which is why I really like to go into here. And Abomination, and it's not like there's no challenge. Thanos is very challenging, especially for unupgraded 3 stars, and Abomination, the poison can just eat you alive, which is really annoying when you need an aggressive playstyle, like Purgatory, for example. However, she is not poison immune. Like some people, if they're poison immune, they can just wreck this challenge. Alright, yeah, she does have some nice utility. She is Incinerate immune, and I'm pretty sure she is Bleed immune with a synergy. I'm not really sure though. You'll have to double check me on that. But I throw off an SP3, and because we don't have everything perfectly set up, we're just not having the ginormous SP3s. But we get out of the way of that SP, of that SP1, and yeah. Okay, so let's talk about her awakened ability. All right, if she wins a fight during demonic rampage, which remember is when 100 stacks are hit on Bloodthirst, when that happens, or with a special attack, you instantly capture the opponent's soul. I don't really know what that means. Okay, here, the duration of Mystic, Cosmic, and Skill Souls is increased by 1 to 35%. The potency of Tech and Mutant Souls is increased by the same percent. Okay, but now let's read some of her actual abilities. Alright, something that I think we should all know is she has different abilities when fighting different classes. Alright, so when she fights Mystics, if the opponent activates a special attack, you regenerate 60% of the damage taken from blocked hits over 6 seconds, or for 6 seconds. When you're fighting a Cosmic, When filling a bar of power, nullify one of the buffs off the opponent. If this is successful, you become unblockable for 2 seconds. And I'm pretty sure you might have noticed that throughout this, or maybe the Drax matchup earlier. Alright, and for the Tech Soul, when they fill a bar of power, you inflict a non-stacking armor break, decreasing their armor by a very nice amount, over 1,000 as an unupgraded 3-star. Remember, that is different for how upgraded your Purgatory is. And for Mutant, when the opponent activates a special attack, you steal 66% of their remaining power, and you take it for yourself. So it's basically power steal. Alright, and for skill, when a damage over time debuff expires on the opponent or is purified, or if it fails to apply an immunity, you get a slow. And in the other video, you will notice that, because an occasional passive slow is put on Winter Soldier, and yeah, her SP3 is just huge against Winter Soldier. Alright, and for the science ones, nothing happens. Yeah, you won't be noticing anything with this Abomination matchup. We do have a poison on ourselves, which is killing us very slowly but surely. And we're just going to keep trying to fight and fight. Yeah, and I'm trying to get to the SP3 yet again. And I get there and I throw it off again. By now, you are very, very good at sitting and watching this over and over again, redoing this voiceover over again. It is very, very challenging, especially because I have to do another voiceover watching this all over again right after this. Alright, but I get out of the way of that SP2. There are just many, many SP3s you have to throw with this. I did regenerate just a tiny bit, but it did not work out, and then I do end up dying. But we still have 4,000 health left, and 2 more opponents after this, one of them being Thanos. And, yeah. So, overall, this run has been mediocre. I'd say it's a little bit, actually, I'd say it's a little bit above average. Shang-Chi, and I'm pretty sure it was Howard the Duck, had the best 2 runs, in my opinion, at the unupgraded 3-star challenge. And her run was going very, very well, except for the fact that this abomination was eating her alive. The others were able to survive. Another thing I have noticed that she has a nice amount of block proficiency, in my opinion, yeah, and she's got some pretty good stats as well with the crit rating and stuff. And there's not that much to complain. I finish off that fight with the SP2. I'm at low health, so I'm going to heal up. But overall, I'm a big, big fan of Purgatory. I'm not saying that you have to be. I really think she does better in really, really long fights, like Realm, Labyrinth, probably even Abyss as well. But yeah, she's being very, very good. Alright, so I start off just doing normal combos, trying to get the Bloodthirst up. We're a little bit higher than 50. The longer you go without landing a hit or taking a Bloodthirst in any way, the more it does, the quicker it does drain. So that's just something to let you know. Once you reach 100, you don't have to worry about it for a certain amount of time. And sometimes I end with lights if I want to be able to throw off the SP3, because if you have Bloodthirst at 100, in the second medium does power drain, as I said earlier, and sometimes I just end with the lights, just so I can, just so it's easier and all that. Alright, but yeah, so I keep throwing combos in, and I end with a medium, so we do get power drained a tiny bit. Thankfully, her power gain is really insane, especially after the SP3. So we do throw another SP3 right afterwards. We're averaging about 80 or maybe 85 hits per fight, and I do have the stun right after that. But yeah, here I'm trying to bait out an SP2, so I am prepared for it. Alright, but we've reached 75 hits, 34% is still left. This is a slower run for the unupgraded 3-star challenge, but that is only because we keep on throwing SP3 after SP3 after SP3. I don't think it has anything to do with the damage output. She is a very, very nice damage, and yeah. Okay, so I get out of the way of that SP2, and yeah, and I put an Incinerate on, and I end with another medium, and I tried to finish off the fight with the SP1. It doesn't quite work out, so I have to throw another medium, and then the fight is over. Alright, but now we are on the final Thanos of this entire challenge, and yeah, so this guy reduces your damage output or maybe ability accuracy or something, and he's got twice the health of everybody else on this. Thankfully, I have gotten really used to fighting this guy. He used to be a really big challenge. When I was originally fighting him, I struggled a whole lot. That was the first time I had to use revives, and I had to use multiple revives, which was a little bit disappointing. But as you can see, I got the unblockable because he is a cosmic champion. I would have gotten like a slow or something if he was a skill, but I don't know. And here I just got it again. It's over now though, but yeah. Alright, but yeah, so I just keep on throwing in combos. I have what's it called at 100, and I got the unblockable, so I can just ignore the block, keep on fighting. And let's go for an SP3, and so we can get a little bit extra power gain. And I just throw in one more combo, get out the SP2, and yeah, if I would have just filled one more bar of power or just ended with the second medium, we would have been able to get the really big one. But anyway, that still did some not great damage, but anyway, but I get out of the way of that SP2, we neutralize him, and I get out of the way of the SP1, and we are about back at the SP3. We are almost there, and we throw off that SP3, and I'm pretty sure this does good damage. I didn't exactly look to see if we had all the setups, but let's see if this does good damage. Yeah, that does about a pretty nice damage. Yeah, so now let's push to another SP3. We get out of the way of that SP2, and we re-throw off the SP3 to have another 2k damage. Just know that the one against Winter Soldier was getting up to crazy amounts, like 22,000 damage. SP3s with the same Purgatory, not upgraded anymore, not awakened, not anything like that. But now that I think about it, we forgot to go over synergies for today. What we have for synergies is here, one sec, just let me pull it up. And alright, so what we have for synergies, this is a 3-star, so we don't have all the synergies that I would like, but we have Guillotine on the team for instantly gain the Mystic Crossfight class at the start of Purgatory's first fight, and it lasts for the entire quest. So I don't see it right now, but let's just keep moving on. We have Immortal Hulk on the team for a 20% chance to per captured class soul to instantly regenerate 20% just before being knocked out once per fight. And I forgot to mention that these also carry on the souls. Alright, and for hashtag dimensional beings, you gain bleed immunity, and 20% ability accuracy, and one extra 100 attack rating. Sorry, I think we cut out really fast. But anyway, we have Mephisto on the team for bleed immunity, 20% ability accuracy, and 900 armor rating. And we have Venom on the team for another 6% attack with guillotine, and nothing else that would affect Purgatory. But this does conclude our video. Everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe and like button. Make sure to comment new videos you want to see. I'm always looking for new ones. And make sure to follow the Instagram. It tells you a lot about my MCOC account and my channel. And yeah, just everybody, thank you so much for watching this video. See you guys later.